Good morning students, welcome you all in the class of History Civics, and today I am here to explain, to start the new chapter from the civics syllabus, and that is the judiciary. And children, here I want to tell you that judiciary, it is the third organ of the union government, okay, and the two organs, legislature as well as executive, we have already studied. So today I will tell you about the judiciary. So what is judiciary? What is meant by the term judiciary? Listen it carefully. Children, all the courts at different levels in a country, together they are known as judiciary. While the legislative branch, what does it do? It makes laws for the country. In our country, parliament is the legislative branch, it makes the laws for the country, and executive just what does it do? Executive just executes the laws which are made by the legislature. Okay, now what is the function of judiciary? So the main function, the main responsibility of judiciary is to interpret, means is to explain the laws. What does the particular law means? Who will do this? Judiciary. At the same time, judiciary also punishes those who do not follow the laws and rules. Okay, so you just meaning of the term judiciary is clear to you. At the same time, what is the function? What is the main responsibility of judiciary? It should be clear to you. Now children, I am going to tell you about the need for the judiciary. Why judiciary is needed in a country like India or anywhere. Okay, so first of all we will talk to why in our country judiciary is needed. Okay, listen carefully. So first need is to interpret the constitution. As I have told you right now, the judiciary's main function is to explain, is to interpret the meaning of the laws. And children, here I want to tell you that our country India has a federal type of political system. So what does it mean? What is meant by the federal type of political system? It means here the powers are divided between the center and the state government. Okay, so the most important function of judiciary in our country becomes to just explain, to make this division of power clear between the center and the state. And whenever the dispute arises between the center and the state regarding these powers, regarding this subject, then who will solve this dispute? This dispute will be solved by the Supreme Court. Okay, so this need is clear. Now let me tell you about the other requirement. Why judiciary is required? So judiciary is required to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. As we all know, the citizens of India have been provided certain fundamental rights by the Constitution. Why these rights are provided by the Constitution? In order to just make the all-round development of the citizens possible, so that the citizens of the country can make all-round development. Our Constitution has provided certain fundamental rights. Now, if the fundamental rights of the citizens, they are exploited by any individual, by any institution, by any organ of the government, then who will protect these fundamental rights? These judiciary. Supreme Court and the High Court, they are empowered to issue certain writs in order to protect our fundamental rights. If our fundamental rights just have been exploited, disturbed, infringed upon by someone, then we can go to Supreme Court, we can move to High Court for just protection of our fundamental rights. Okay, so this second responsibility of judiciary is clear to you. Now let me tell you about the one more necessity of judiciary. Why judiciary is necessary? So judiciary is also necessary to maintain the supremacy of the Constitution. Means government have been given the powers unlimited powers by the constitution. Okay, now judiciary checks the arbitrariness, means judiciary keeps a check on the unlimited powers of the government. Judiciary's main function, main responsibility is to protect and to interpret the constitution and maintain its supremacy. It gives a new meaning to the constitution to meet the new situation. Whenever the new situation, new problem occurs, then judiciary just gives a new meaning to the constitution. So to protect the supremacy of the constitution is also the responsibility of the constitution, means even the government, though government has unlimited power, but the government also has to work according to the constitution. Whenever the government, whether the legislative branch, whether the executive branch tries to violate the constitution, then who will check? Judiciary will check the legislature as well as executive branch of the government, just to so that they cannot violate the constitution. To maintain the supremacy of the constitution is the responsibility of the judiciary. Okay, now till here I have explained you about the meaning of the term judiciary. At the same time, I have also explained you about the necessity of the judiciary. Now I will tell you about the single judicial system in India. So what does it mean? Single judicial system in India. What does it mean? Listen carefully. A single integrated judicial system has been adopted for the whole country. It means Supreme Court is the apex court. At the top, Supreme Court is there, and immediately below there are state high courts, and below the high court there are district courts. But all these courts, they decide the cases according to the same constitutional, civil and criminal penal code. Okay, all the courts decide the cases according to the same constitution. Okay, appeals against the decisions of the district court can be made in the high court, and appeal against the decision of the high court can be made to the Supreme Court. But Supreme Court is the apex court. Against the decision of the Supreme Court, nowhere appeal can be made. Supreme Court decision will be final. Okay. Against the decision of district court, where can the appeal be made? In high court. If the person is not satisfied with the decision of the high court, he can move to Supreme Court. But Supreme Court decision will be final. It has to be followed. Okay. So till now, for today, I will just stop here. In the next video, we will discuss about some more facts about the judiciary. Till then, have a good day.